All right. So, beautiful day in August, and we are out of Trempealeau County again, Jim. Where are we?
Well, I hate to say it, but we're so far out of Trempealeau County, and we're in La Crosse County. But I said we're in Brice Prairie, a little drive off the main highway here, a little secret spot that you and I happened to spot last fall when we went by doing our work up here on Lytle's Landing and the Seven Bridges. And a lot of people don't realize this is here.
Yeah, I didn't know it was here.
The Upper Mississippi River Wildlife and Fish Refuge.
Yeah.
And it's fall of the year now. I said the early fall, the flowers are starting to bloom. And we're going to do a little video, I think, on this area down here and talk about some of the early history here that's happened. This was Native American ground, as we know. And slowly the white settlers came in here. And this particular area on the refuge runs from Wabasha, Minnesota, down to Rock Island. It's a strip all the way down along the river. And there's 3 farms kind of comprise this up. There's about 175 acres total. But this here was, you remember the name of the farm? Saracen Farm? Saracen Farm. They had raised buffalo here at one time across the road for meat and profit, and that didn't pan out after a while. So it ended up in 2008, the Fish and Wildlife Service acquired some of the land around here. They added on to it. And they've built a tremendous visitor center. We're going to go there a little bit later. And that was built in 2012. And that's a really impressive museum. And I think we'll tour that and kind of look at the wildlife and the flowers we see around here and make notes of what we see. And hope other people will come down and see what we're talking about.
They have a beautiful prairie restoration here, and prairie is getting to be something that a lot of people are interested in. And this is a perfect day to see prairie. It's got a little wind, everything's blowing, you know, and it's just a beautiful deal. So we're going to go into the Nature Center and look around. And this is an impressive place, and I had no idea this was here.
Well, you have to be my guide, because my ideas of petunias and pansies are about the same.
Well,
so we'll have to kind of see what kind of flowers we can come up with together here.
Okay.
Well, let's go check the museum out here and see. Maybe we can even bump into somebody at the museum that could say a few words for us.
Yeah.
Find out when they're open or when they're closed, or we'll see a sign here. But there's different areas here. You can look at different things that tells you about the district here and what it includes.
Yeah, here's the trails. There's a nice map of all the trails.
Really nice hiking trails in this area. I said the history of the prairie plants, the depth of the roots here, and that's why they complained it was so hard to plow the prairies.
Yeah.
But that's what held the soil. Then in the 1930s, they finally realized how much damage they had done. We started strip cropping and trying to restore it. We put in windbreaks, try to build back some of the prairie. Well, the original prairie, I don't know how many acres there probably were here in western Wisconsin. We're down to a few hundred, I would believe.
Yeah.
I mean, there's hardly none. But now you do see a lot of people making an effort with the monarchs and everything else to try to restore some of this prairie.
This is all good.
And help things get back to a little bit more like they were. A compass plant, that I do know.
Yep. Now, is this for bicycle or motorcycles?
I think, according to the sign, it's duck parking.
Oh, it's duck parking, all right. Or goose.
Duck or goose, I'm not sure.
Well, good, I got that explained. But look at this building. I mean, this is a beautiful new building, and it's free, as far as I know. I
didn't see no sign. I said,
no.
I'm not sure what this here kind of a peach color or pink colored flower is here, but it's something blooming here now.
It's beautiful. Here's the bluegrass, the tall, and it's got the turkey tracks. That's how you can recognize it.
Well, you can imagine when the first settlers got here and you had to go and plow some land. I said, you looked across the acres of this, you said, how am I going to ever work this down with a walking plow? You know, but Native Americans would burn it, so it came back. It kind of kept the trees back. The savannas didn't get established. So I said there was good ground, and then people looked at the bright side. There were no trees to chop.
Right, they didn't have to pull
when they got on the
stumps.
prairies. When they were out west, they had, or out east, they had all the clearing to do because of the forestation that was in there. So.
The Great River Road. Have you ever driven that?
Just
All the
parts
way
of it.
down? Yeah?
Because I said, we just took a trip the other day. I said, we went up and did the Laurel Zingle thing to stop for ice cream. We were on the Great River Road.
3,000 miles, wow. And it goes all the way down to New Orleans? That's quite the drive, isn't it?
And
Wow.
yet you'll hear guys that'll go on the river and they'll boat that down. They'll paddle it for some cause or something, you know. So now the Mississippi, I says, it's quite a waterway. I said that we just did the dam thing and the amount of produce that moves down the thing. But the backwaters here, I says, for the duck and wildlife is just unreal.
Now this is what I think this is really neat, where they've got wildlife sightings that you can just write here on this whiteboard. Birds, insects.
Different wildlife people have seen here. There's
What's
Waddles Landing here,
blooming?
Halfway Creek.
Mammals, and I said, oh, thank goodness they didn't put down any interesting snakes here, so.
But no turtles yet either. Wrong
No, I
time of
don't
the
see
year
any
looking for turtles.
turtles
Wrong
either.
time for looking for turtles.
But what a nice idea. And look at all the different birds.
And
I
look at the
see.
amount of plants here that
I
people
know it.
realize and can identify.
Wow, I think this is really great. Just a really cool idea.
There's a museum and kind
Yeah,
of see
we'll
what's,
just kind of
what's
look
happening
around
in
here. Touch screen, touch it, Jim, see what happens. Oh, okay.
Mission statement, national
A
map,
map,
state
state
map.
map. It's all. Does
See?
it go? No,
when
I
it's
guess
computer,
not.
when I touch stuff, it's.
Oh, there
even,
you go.
Even Menard
Okay.
has trouble with me.
But now we're inside, and this is a beautiful place. It's all air conditioned and comfortable. Oh boy, who am I? This has got to be a deer. I recognize that.
Hands-on fuzzy stuff like this.
Huh? So then you
Fox
just
in the
open
back
it up.
here, that's what this
River
is, I believe.
otter. Yeah, look at the fox in there.
See, I was right.
Quite the display.
See, there's a few mounted things there. They have an impressive,
Look at
I
this.
guess,
Yeah.
walkover
Yeah.
of the fish here in the Mississippi River and in the backwaters. It's just unreal.
I guess you can step on it. Nobody's
Well, you
yelling
couldn't
at
get
us.
to read these if you couldn't. Nobody's hollering at me yet. But
Right. Get off of there.
yeah.
And here's your turtle.
Well, see, we'll have to write that down. We've seen a turtle there.
Yeah.
There's none listed out there, and we do see one now. So. They
Yeah,
even have
this
a-
is
they even
pretty
have a-
heavy duty glass.
a
I
duck
feel
over
okay. Yeah. You're looking down, we can see the ducks and the.
Oh man, somebody's
The
catching
fish?
these here, they would be just crying. I said, the size of these fish here.
This is really interesting. Oh, they have a little theater here. Sometimes they must have things going
Yeah,
on.
the theater in that room there. I said, come and watch the theater. And
Yeah.
this
Here's something you see in the refuge at certain times of year when it gets pretty busy.
we did Armistice Day storm. We
Yeah.
seen plenty of ducks. I said,
Yeah.
usually we don't see that many heron. But
No, that's quite the gathering. And there's
Talk
things
about
here
a little bit about the pollinators,
pollinators
and,
and
here on the prairie,
life on the prairie, because this is very sandy soil, as far as I can tell. So it probably wasn't great farmland.
yeah, it was kind of some years you make it, some years you
Yeah.
don't, depending on the weather. I said,
Yeah.
like days.
Like this
Look at
sand
the
prairie.
roots on this plant. Hardly no
Yes.
above ground compared to what's below ground.
That's what a
And this
lot
is
of
blue
people
stem
are
right here.
surprised when they see the set of roots that these prairie plants get. And that's why they're so tough and they can survive, dry weather. And here's
And here in
people
this part of the
river.
building, they have different displays over the Native American stuff. They hear some information in this room here about the river itself and monarchs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the monarchs have been having a tough time, and everybody's trying to.
Well, then
Keep
their
them
winter
going.
habitat, they seem to be losing a lot up
Yeah.
there too. I said they've been illegal deforestation down
Yeah.
in that area. And there's a couple different groups. I guess some go to Southern California, Northern Mexico, and some go down toward Florida direction too, I believe.
Right. And they used to go through a part of Illinois near where my in-laws live, and I thought they said that last year they didn't have any. It was really
you
weird.
do not see the wildlife it did as we were
No.
growing up.
So here's
Here is before the dams were
the
built
lock
in.
and dam. Oh, push it this way. Slide it that way and
Push
see
it
what
forward.
happens. Oh,
I'm
maybe
too
not.
big of a wimp to do this. You'll have to edit this out.
There we go.
You'll have to edit that part out, because we can't move them.
But yeah, this kind of ties in. We just talked about the lock and dam, number 6 there in
And
Trempealeau.
the different mussels in the river. I said, you know, we had the big button industry here
Right.
in western Wisconsin along the Mississippi here. People don't realize, I said, how many buttons are made out of
Right,
shells?
I know it. Now, have you ever seen one of these paddlefish?
Just in that picture.
I saw one once. It was dead. It was washed up, and I had never seen anything like it. And that's a lake sturgeon, huh? And that too? It's in the Mississippi? My
Yeah, I
goodness.
suspect it's freshwater. I know they spear them and a special season on
Yeah.
them, whatever, and they live to be extremely old.
That's a really old fish, like primitive, like something that was around during the time of the dinosaurs, probably.
They have some mounted animals here. I said that the pelican here,
Yeah, look at up
sandhill
here.
crane, an eagle. And see, we're on the flyway here. I said the ducks will be moving again this fall. I said it won't take long. We'll be seeing them flocks.
Yeah.
Although we see more geese flying in the middle of summer almost than in spring. I don't know if they're being shagged off of some city park or
They chased off a golf course somewhere.
for some reason they aren't just migrating in spring and fall. They're moving even during the summer.
Favorite foods of migratory birds? What do raptors like to eat? I'll bet it's meat, huh? Oh, rabbits.
Put some rabbits in a bad spot right away.
And what is that? Tubers. Oh, that would, I
Oh,
suppose.
that would make sense.
Yeah. And that would be something like underneath,
Aeroplant and some of them things that
Yeah.
grow underground that they can have.
cattails and things too.
Various
Seeds,
seeds here in these bottoms.
carbohydrate, protein-rich meal do both herons and humans
Oh, it's
eat.
got to be fish.
I hope it's fish. What is it?
Yeah, it's a fish.
Yep, it's
See?
fish. Small, wiggly, and tasty snacks for songbirds. Well, I'm assuming that's worms, huh? Yeah,
Yeah, some
or
kind of-
larvae.
oh.
Yeah.
And it looked like a monarch
Yeah.
caterpillar.
This is a neat map. This is what the migratory.
Yeah, and the different species.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we're here. We're part of the Mississippi Flyway, aren't we? I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
the orange is
yep.
the Mississippi Flyway. So
And
that's,
that's why they were out after them ducks here in our Armistice Day.
yeah.
They were all coming and they were holding back until that storm came through.
And do you ever see the tundered swans? They're
You
flying
see
over?
you see white birds flying, but are they tundra swans or are they just the white swan?
I don't know.
There's two,
Or-
three at the bottom right below Arcadia. Big white birds like this.
Yeah?
I don't know what kind they are, but they're there.
Maybe it's
See,
a tundra swan.
Oh, see, now that's a tundra swan.
That is one heck of a big bird.
See, like the one above you isn't as big. That's just white goose.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, see, here's a Canadian. Now there's a few more here that
Yeah.
we didn't even visualize. There's more in this museum to see than what you and I are taping, that's for sure.
Right. Yeah. So this will be, something you can bring your family to. Young
Yeah,
kids
there's
would
hands-on
love
stuff
this.
here. I says, there's shells. I says, the little turtle shells, different feathers here. The act of the beaver, I think we seen some of that off of by Lidl's there. It was a little bit chewing there on some of the trees.
Definitely.
But there's more out there, I said, than people realize, and they don't take the time to stop and look.
Yeah.
But this is an excellent place, I think, to stop and bring, especially for children or
Oh,
adults,
gosh,
because
yeah.
there's always something to learn.
Thank you.
And now we got to figure which trail we're going to grab here to get off in the prairie here and do a little walking.
Okay. Now, we were wondering what this purple plant is, and they said it was showy tick trefoil. Now, we see yellow trefoil around quite a bit, but this is a little different variety.
Yeah, I know what tinfoil is, so that's kind of like it.
And this is the gamma sidegrass oats. That's pretty, isn't it?
It's different, a nice soft appeal for the prairies, I
Yeah,
think.
it is. So imagine if you were coming through this prairie on foot or on horseback or in a wagon. That would have been interesting, to say the least.
We gotta find us a hiking trail here and kind of go out and look at a few, or should we just walk along this thing and see what there's for flowers? We kind of walk that
Sure,
on the way
we can
up.
do that, yeah. And this is maintained. They do prescribed burns.
Yes, it's prescribed burns, some mowing, some selective herbicide if it has to be. You got to watch for the invasives. I said nowadays there's so much stuff has been imported into the county or the United States. There's so much invasive stuff comes in, so
now this
they have to
purple,
watch what they're after.
that's vervain, hoary vervain. I recognize that.
It's from up in Independence, I think. I think I heard that name before.
And then we've got, this is probably in the sunflower family, isn't it?
Well, the honeybee likes it, so it seems to be all right.
Oh, pollinators love this. And feel this grass. My goodness, the texture on that is sharp. You feel like you could get a paper cut on that or something.
That's when we were kids, you put that between your fingers and you blow and make a whistle out of it.
Yeah, I suppose you could. But they've got a lot of grasses.
It was typical prairie, yeah. And like I said, there's flowers that are done blooming already. I have no idea what they were.
Oh, that's bergamot.
Yeah, that probably, bee balm.
Yep. And then
it comes in different flavors and colors. I know there's some still blooming there at the entrance.
it's usually purple, but again,
it can be white.
It's a mint. It's in the mint family.
The bees love it.
It's usually full of bees. And there are so many different varieties of goldenrod. It's just astounding how many different kinds
Well, they
there
always
are.
said the first frost is 6 weeks after the first goldenrod blooms. Yeah. So when I see one, I tramp it down to extend us from winter just a little bit. It don't help a lot, but I do that to try to help maintain that winter.
And they've really got quite a bit of milkweed here, which is great. Milkweed has been suffering, and when that suffers, then the monarchs need that.
That's a compass plant again, and supposedly the leaves on a compass plant grow north and south.
Yeah, I love compass plant. I have been trying to get that to grow in my prairie, and not yet, but maybe one of these
I
years.
haven't seen any dock yet, and you would think we'd see some of that here already, but
or cup plant. That's my other favorite.
Another one. But
and here's something you don't want, is this darn crown vetch. Boy, is that hard to get rid of. Oh, my goodness. That's just, the seed gets in the soil.
Is that a natural that is induced?
It's an invasive, yeah. And it is, I mean, it can just smother things. Great ground cover, but you really don't want it.
This, too, I should know what this is. I've seen this weed before.
Oh,
yeah.
It's not Liatris, but it's close.
Well, we were supposed to take one of the free flyers that were inside and return it with the...
All right, we don't get everything named perfectly, but we can still enjoy looking at it.
That's why we're encouraging other people to come down.
Yeah.
That's dock. No, it ain't.
Common dock. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
There's no stem on it, but the leaves look right.
Yeah.
The leaves look right.
Okay.
The thing with the milkweed we see here, we'd see a few monarchs because they should be this time of year yet. We should be able to spy a few caterpillars.
And this orange out here, that is actually
there's some on this side too here.
That's a relative of
Milkweed, yep.
Yep. They call it the butterfly plant.
Usually it's kind of a sand preferred one. It doesn't do well on clay ground.
No. In fact, it likes wet ground or moisture ground if it can find it too. But my place is, oh, there's purple prairie clover. That's the one that has the little, they look like little hats.
But I don't see one.
Well, there was some back there.
Been there, done that, and you missed it. Should have been here before. But prairie does bloom all summer. There's early spring plants and late summer plants.
Yeah, most of it is later because it is
hot weather.
These are warm season forbs and grasses, and they really come into their own once it warms up.
Here's one too, I said.
Yeah.
Different plant, don't know the name. Oh, there's a label there, but it's a big blue stem. Well, we kind of figured that out with the turkey foot on top.
I love the big blue stem. It is so pretty. And it just kind of waves in the air. But look how tall it is. I mean, it's way over my head. So imagine coming through this if you're walking or, like I said, in a wagon.
And mile after mile of it.
Yeah. Oh, out there, where the seed pod's sticking up, that's indigo. And you think of indigo as being that color, you know, that bluish purple color. But this is usually cream indigo, which is a creamy whitish color. Yeah. It's fairly easy to grow. I've had good luck with that. All the milkweed.
Well, that's what I need. I said something that's easier with a black thumb. The green thumb stuff doesn't go. This almost looks like that prairie star thing. Not really.
I'm not sure. I haven't seen that. Very interesting, but that's.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is either.
All the seeds on the long stem.
That's a relative poison ivy. I remember that.
Oh, oh gosh. Let's go down this way.
We'll take a little walk out in the prairie and see what we got. That's smoke plant or something, that silver one?
Yeah, I think that's what they call that. Yeah. And you know, a lot of these things have nicknames. And it's not the perfect
Evening
name.
primrose. See, I do, because I got to mow this off over there along the museum wall. It's really a terrific bloomer once it gets going, but
maybe you should be saving the seed. There's the indigo up close, and this is the stuff that I really like out here. That has the white, prickly
rattlesnake thing.
That's rattlesnake master, and that is one tough plant. Hello. And they found the oldest pair of sandals or shoes that they've ever found on this continent was made from rattlesnake master.
It must be pretty good material.
Yeah, pretty tough.
And this is another common weed around here, sourdock.
Yeah.
But it's still a prairie plant, it's a seed. I'm sure that there's plenty of wildlife eat it. It wouldn't have grown if it wasn't used. That's why the Native Americans said everything was put here for a reason, and it's got a cure for it, or it's an aid to help something.
And there's the sunflowers and the compass plants.
That's compass plants again. Yeah, and a little sunflower here right by your knee.
Yep. Here's the butterfly plant down here.
I'm not sure what this little white one is, but it's something. I'm sure there's a butterfly that likes it.
I know. I cannot remember the names of all these things.
See,
but
we needed Mary.
To.
Mary was the horticulturist, right? She's supposed to know all that stuff. It's Mary's fault.
Yeah,
if we can't identify, we'll blame it on Mary.
We need her to just quit her everyday job and just, come out and help us with these things.
Well, we can always get her to come back in spring and tell us about the early flowers, I guess, because they're cute here, whatever they are.
And I'll remember.
I'm sure there's someone out there that knows what they are, and these fools should have known what that was a long time ago. But
she'll.
There's tobacco weed over there.
You don't have to know the names of everything to enjoy it. You can just come out here and walk around and enjoy looking at the different plants and the different way it grows here. Like here you can see, it must be, I don't know, it's mainly grasses.
Looks like a red top almost in here too. I suggest that a lot of these weeds will only grow in really poor soil.
They're only weeds if you don't want them.
Yeah. Okay.
If you
But
don't want
a lot
them,
of the plants will only grow in really poor soil.
Yeah.
It's what starts building the soil back up.
right. I do see one spike out there for a mullein plant, you see? Yeah.
We always call it tobacco.
Tobacco?
Tobacco
oh,
plant,
okay.
yeah. But mullein is used for a lot of medicinal stuff.
Yes,
there's a lot of health
especially,
and herbalists will use that stuff. But
Well, especially respiratory problems. That's what it's really good for.
I know in South America they're still finding different plants and stuff, and they said there's probably a medical use for them, but they're not sure.
Yeah,
And the tribes that probably did know about them are almost gone.
and especially down in Brazil,
Yeah.
they've had such pressure of clearing land for agriculture and cattle grazing. And they said the sad thing is there might have been some plant growing there that
Yes.
could
A
have,
specific area, yes, and it's
Yeah.
gone forever.
it's going to be lost, and it maybe had, you know, healing properties, and now we'll never know.
Well, like I said, this is a nice place, I said, just for a family visit or come for a little walk. Like I said, today's nice and cold.
Yeah.
A little bit sweet clover. See, even I know some of these weeds. There's some ragweed there, common ragweed. I don't see no giant yet, but there's sweet clover.
All kinds of things growing in here. And not just the bees, there's other insects too. Look at the leaf hoppers and grasshoppers and things.
Which is all food for the birds that are living
They
here.
all have their place, don't they?
But every month or so, I think it's easy to come to the prairie and see something new. Because
Yeah,
I said the
something
grasses
different.
keep growing from the early spring flush to late fall.
And it is, you know, even in the winter, this provides a great habitat.
Well, that's one of the reasons we don't have Bob White no more. We don't have this.
I know.
Bob White needs the cover that droops over like that.
Yeah.
They'll nest underneath there. We don't have enough, the right habitat. At one time by Arcadia, old Joe Coca, you did a video on Joe, I guess war record you could say. And he said one time there used to be a Bob White sitting on almost every fence post.
Yeah.
There were so many of them, and now you don't even hear them.
I haven't heard of Bob White in I don't
No.
know how many years.
Someplace like this, you might be able to reestablish a few Bob White because there's enough acreage.
Yeah.
Most acreages are too small to make habitat. They get hunted out by raccoons and possum and fox
Well,
and
that's another
coyote
problem, yeah.
And there is no saleable value on the furs, so I said the
No.
amount of trappers and hunters has dropped way down, which
No.
also doggone is a strike against the Bob White.
I think this is the short blue, you know, big blue stem. This is like the little blue stem, and the color is just,
Yeah, it really, you can see it.
Amazing.
There's the old plant
Yeah.
still mixed in.
yeah.
It must go to a seed head at one time or another.
Yeah, it looks like maybe it already did.
Been there,
Yeah.
been there, done that, and gone already. Everything
Yeah.
else coming around here, box elder might be our only tree left.
Yeah, why doesn't something come and take, you know, make the box elder sick? Why
Well,
not?
the way Mary said that ash borer is starting to move into the soft timber now, so
Yeah,
they'll probably
maybe
go
it
into the
will.
box elders there.
Maybe it will.
See, that isn't a black-eyed Susie, but it's something there. That's not a cup,
Well, it's
cup
like,
plant either.
yeah, it's like a it's a type of coneflower, I believe.
Yep, that could be like a yellow coneflower. That makes
Uh-huh.
sense to me.
Yep. And I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah.
Somebody that's watching this will say that is,
That's what we thought it was. We'll let the viewers guess. Let
Yeah,
the viewers guess on
but
that.
it's beautiful. It's got these kind of hairy leaves.
And it's probably some common plant too, but we
I don't
can't think of the
I've
word in
seen it.
English.
No.
That's true.
I'll have to make something up in Latin. But it's coming in here pretty thick. That's pretty cool, whatever this is. I'll have to find out.
Well, it must be a self-seeder, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, some of the sunflowers, you'll see them along the roads. They said some of them are hundreds of years old. The root
Oh,
is there, and it
yeah.
just keeps coming
Yeah,
back.
Yeah.
You know, and people will grub them out and clean them out. It's just another weed growing here, but it's not.
So this is all kinds of paths here, and we could be walking out here all day, I guess.
Well, I think we should maybe kind of limp back for the office and see what else we got on
We'll
there.
go see that. Go down the road there and see if we can find that platform they said that overlooks Lake Onalaska.
Okay, we can go see. Like I said before, this was all Native American land at one time. There was an interesting book I just read here the other day, written by Muriel Blackdeer. Her husband Elvin was a engineer on a railroad for the Burlington and Northern Quincy line. And they said there's a Native American burial ground down here in Bryce's Bottoms yet. And I and Nancy were talking earlier that Alex Bryce and his wife came here in 1855. And their son George was an insurance salesman and a real estate developer and a politician in local politics. So someplace between those Bryces, we ended up with Brice's Prairie.
Brice's Prairie, we know who
they
it's
farmed
named
out
after.
here, so that had to be somebody had to be first.
Yep.
You know, so that's probably how the names got here.
Oh
It
yeah.
doesn't take a big place to attract a few wildlife species to come in there, and every one or two helps. It don't have to be a big area. But it's nice that we have this here. It's still being established. The prairie just doesn't pop up overnight.
No, if you're trying to establish prairie, you got to be patient because
It takes years.
It does. You got to be patient. They say the first year it sleeps, the second year it creeps, the third year it leaps, or it might be the third or fourth year. It depends. Everything has its own
There's a little bee balm in here.
Yeah.
See?
That's what the purple bee balm. People are used to seeing that, I'm sure.
Well, like I said, the bees sure love it. I know it comes in red and comes in white and probably other flavors too, but
that's usually domesticated. This is the actual
the little bee's on
wild.
it already. He's doing his job.
Yeah. It's usually like bumblebees and things.
Well, there's
Look at them all.
Look, you got 3 different kinds of bees here.
Big ones, little ones.
There's 3 kinds of bees on this one plant.
And they get the pollen, they get that on their legs. Look at them, they're having a great time here.
And they probably all bite too.
Well, usually it's the other end, Jim, that gets you.
Okay.
It's free. You can bring your family here and have a great time. Kids love this kind of stuff.
This here sunflower, look how many petals on this one.
This is compass plant.
Oh yeah, but I said look how many petals compared to some of them.
This is compass plant. It's got these really neat leaves here.
North and south is supposed to be.
And they even have some oak trees. I imagine those are what, like a bur oak or a black
bur
oak?
oak, yes.
Bur oak, okay.
Slow growing oak, I said usually kind of a south side tree, but here in the prairie, I suppose, yeah.
They used to have oak savannas. You know, it'd be an area where there'd be a bunch of oak trees. So those were oak savannas.
That's where they usually kind of put up their cabin because there was a little bit of wood there, a place to start. You could start building something working off your home.
And the people that lived out on the prairies, you know, their original houses were usually made out of sod.
Sodded, yes.
Yep.
Because you had the ground to do it. You could cut 6-inch slabs. It didn't take long to construct the home. You chopped it out and set it up.
Okay, well,
with that, Nancy, I think maybe we should just kind of wind this one down for now.
we'll go down the road and look and see what we can find, that platform that's by Lake Onalaska. And this program is really part 4 of our series that we've been doing about the Seven Bridges bottoms and McGilvery Ferry and Little's or Lytle's Landing. So
and it's just a few minutes out of Trempealeau County.
Right.
We're not far out. We're not even in La Crosse yet. I mean, and I said we try to keep things local, but it's no reason you have to stay local. You get a chance to travel, chance to go someplace, quick to get away on an afternoon. Perfect place.
Yeah, we drove down the road a couple of miles, and there's a little parking lot here. This is
along ZB, yes.
ZB, like a zoo boy. And apparently, if we just walk across here, we can go out on this little platform and look at Lake Onalaska, and hopefully it's public and nobody's going to get the shotguns out on us or anything.
Another place for parking ducks.
Yeah, we can park our geese here, I guess, huh? This is
An
a neat
overview
place.
of Lake Onalaska.
Yeah, and I bet a lot of people don't know about this one either. I sure didn't. This is not my familiar territory here.
Well, we're all learning
Brice
something
Prairie.
here. There hasn't been an auction here for a number of years. We can get across.
Oh, okay.
There hasn't been an auction here for a couple of years,
So Jim hasn't been down here.
no river access. It says an observation deck.
Yeah, so we can't.
Private property on both sides. So see,
We can't-
there's our sunflower. See, we're keeping our theme here yet.
We can't put our boat in here apparently, huh?
There's a pretty flower back in there.
What? Oh, there's a monarch on the thistle.
Well,
Look at that.
there's a monarch, a bumblebee,
And the
look at-
bumblebees,
look at that
oh,
red
they
flower
love it.
back there.
Oh yeah.
But your guess is mine.
It might be something that's highly invasive.
There's bee balm. Look at that. Monarch is good enough to share with that bumblebee
Right.
on the
they
same
are
flower.
just working away on there.
Good old bull thistle, I tell you, he can do her.
Now that is not native.
Bull thistle?
Yeah. That was
Ah.
actually brought over here. At least
Well, what's Russian thistle?
they look a little different.
Yeah, it's got all the way along the stem.
Yeah.
This I know is bull thistle.
And the story about this is the national symbol, the national flower of Scotland. Did you know that?
A thistle?
Yes, because this was way back in the days of the clans, and the people in the castle were all asleep, and they were a group of another clan that wanted to wipe them out, started sneaking up on the castle at night, and one of the guys stepped on this thistle and yelled
Well, I believe
and
that.
woke up the castle, and that's why it's why.
National flower because
Yep.
somebody stepped on.
Yep.
We don't have to look so hard for that red flower. It's,
Yeah, there
it's
it
a
is.
berry.
Yes.
I thought it was a flower.
Yeah, is that like the high bush cranberry?
It is a berry of some kind.
Yeah. I've got something like this in my lawn.
They
And,
make there is an app you can put on your phone and
I
you take
know.
a picture and it shows you this stuff.
right, you just, yeah.
Yeah, well, my phone's home on the desk where it
Oh.
belongs.
But what a beautiful spot here. This is kind of like the observation platform they have down in Trempealeau with the
Mm-hmm.
spy glasses where you can look out and look at things. Below the surface, smorgasbord. Underwater. Well, that's interesting. Now,
Well, like I said, they have quite a bit of flowers blooming here at this time of the year. I said,
Yeah.
it's just starting to show here. But bee balm is really nice here. I said, and true to its name, there's bees on it.
yeah,
Evening primrose,
Especially
that's
the,
going on there. Like you said,
especially the bumblebees. They really like that.
you don't see the bumblebees we used to.
Well, I think they're coming back a little bit, though.
We've gained a few.
I think now the people are getting more aware of some of these flowers and things need to be there, that the pollinators need them. Is this lake a natural lake, or is it?
No, I think it's built as a result of the dams.
Oh, okay. Because there is another lock and dam out here, isn't there?
Yes, down to our left here, toward La Crosse. I said,
Uh-huh.
but I said, when Elvin Black Deer was here, there was no lake.
There wasn't, okay.
No, see,
Yeah.
so the lake on Alaska had to get produced by the dams. But what do I know? I mean, just what, you can't believe everything you read.
Here's a nice map of it anyway. It's a pretty big lake. Black Deer's Cut, huh?
There you
Boat
go.
Landing,
See,
yeah.
did they say Elvin
Yep.
Black Deer? See that?
Yep.
There was an island off of from their home a little ways, he says, and when he was married the second time, they came to Chivalry, but he went out to the island so nobody could get to him.
Broken Gun Island, huh? And we are here, okay.
Yeah, I remember when we were doing up there was Hannon Chute was up in here somewhere. See Lloyd,
Yeah,
Lloyd's Landing is up
There's
in this
Little
way.
okay, so there's Summer Slough, Goose Chute, Gibbs Chute. So what, chute must mean where the river's
Yeah,
coming through?
it's a spout
Okay,
coming out.
okay. And the main channel is over in there, okay. Oh,
So,
this is nice. We've got benches and art. Very nice.
well, there's a lot of little secret places along here in Trempealeau and
Yeah.
Buffalo and across county that people don't even realize it's here. But you just got to stop and look. The worst you can do is get hollered at and have to
Well,
leave.
that's right, hopefully. All right, well, I think, Jim, we'll
We'll
kinda
wind this
wrap
up for
this
now. I
up.
said, because the next thing we'll be studying is trees. See, we got birch, we got locust, we
Yeah.
got mulberry over here, a flowering crab. We're kind of getting into the stuff here. Giant ragweed growing over here, old oak by the river here, and I don't think that's a bur oak, but I'm not sure what kind of oak it is. Swamp oak, maybe. See, there was something here about the oaks, I said, when the Native Americans had their cemetery down here too.
Uh-huh.
So I says, you got to remember, like I said, this was all riverland, belonged to the Native Americans, to the Winnebago before.
Yep, they used it.
And a lot of them left when they were seceded the land. Some stayed, some came back. Young Swan was the first one to come back. He was up in, right up the road here to Louise. He had a small acreage.
And so where did he come back from?
Nebraska.
Oh, that's right, they sent
They
him
were
out to
all
Nebraska.
exported,
Yeah.
is I guess the word I
Yep.
used. They were removed.
Yep.
Yeah, history is something, I said, you don't remember it. I said, you don't repeat it. People have a tendency to only remember the good parts.
Yep, they kind of forget about it.
And then, you know, there's prairie plants, like I said, the shrubbery here.
Yeah?
That was all part of the prairie. I said, as it developed. I said, there was no oak savannas, there were very few. I said, the big trees grew along the creeks and up in the valleys. And you had to go north of Wisconsin to have big timber.
Yeah.
Little
this
pockets
was-
of it around here. That's why the logging, everything was
Yeah.
moved down the four main
Yeah.
river chutes.
It came down the Black River.
Yeah, and La Crosse and Winona, there were big lumber industries. Small mill up here.
Sawmills.
There was a small mill up here by Lytle's Landing.
Yeah.
But that one there, they said that they'd capture a lot of logs with the high spring floods and the logs would get forced up onto the islands. And they said, well, we just pulled in just tremendous amount of logs. But they said when you're sending down thousands of logs down the river, they estimate they lost less than 1%.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. He said, so if they lost a few logs there, 100 logs was nothing when you had 20 feet high and backed up for doggone 30, 40 miles. So there was plenty doggone timber, I guess, coming down at one time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, here's all the different ones, huh? The great egret and the tundra swans, which are huge.
That was that one we seen there with the band
Yeah.
on the neck down there, yeah. The pelican we seen down there.
And
That snow goose,
pelicans, yeah. And people don't think about pelicans being here in the Midwest, but they certainly
Yeah,
are.
you even see seagulls.
Yep. And it says,
We are there.
are here. Okay. Nice place. Well, all right. Load it up and head back.
The information
towards-
is there if people just take the time and stop and visit.
You bet.
And it doesn't cost anything, just
Nope.
a little time.
Nope.
But there's always something to learn.
And there's nothing stopping you if you enjoy this from making a donation.
You betcha.
Yeah.
I said they can always help support prairie. Start your own little prairie someplace. Now, you can get the seeds. There's a lot of places online where you can get the seeds that grow in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
You don't have to have something that's out of state that doesn't want to take a brook. But I say you get decent plants around here, a little bit maintenance, and you're in business. You start
Yep.
your own pollinator garden.